Now, let's take a deep dive into this profound verse from the Isha Upanishad, which carries a very important spiritual lesson. The verse tells us that those who worship Prakriti, which is nature or the material world, fall into darkness. But those who worship Karya Brahman, also called Hiranyagarbha, the cosmic intellect or the manifested universe, fall into an even greater darkness. What does this mean? And why does the Upanishad make such a strong statement? Let's break it down in simple terms. First, let's talk about Prakriti. This term refers to nature, the material world, or the physical universe. Everything we see, feel, and experience in this world, trees, rivers, mountains, our own bodies, emotions, and even thoughts all belong to Prakriti. It is the unmanifested potential that gives rise to everything around us. It's like the raw energy or substance from which the entire universe is formed. Now, many people worship nature. They believe that since everything comes from it, nature itself is the highest reality. They immerse themselves in nature's beauty, follow natural laws, and even revere it as divine. While there is nothing wrong with respecting and taking care of nature, the Upanishad warns us that worshiping it as the ultimate truth leads to blindness or darkness. Why? Because nature is always changing. It is impermanent. The mountains that seem so strong will one day crumble. The rivers that flow endlessly will one day dry up. Even our bodies, no matter how strong, will eventually age and perish. If we attach ourselves too much to this ever-changing world, we will constantly struggle with fear, loss, and suffering. We will be trapped in ignorance because we are focusing on something that is not the ultimate reality. We are seeing only the outer shell, not the deeper truth behind it. But then comes the second part of the verse, which is even more surprising. It says that those who worship Karya Brahman, or Hiranyagarbha, fall into even greater darkness. Now, this is shocking because Hiranyagarbha is considered a very high cosmic principle. It is the golden womb, the first manifestation of the universe, the universal intellect, the source from which everything emerges. Many people see this as divine, as the ultimate cosmic intelligence behind the universe. So why does the Upanishad say that worshiping this leads to greater darkness? Think of it this way. If Prakriti is the raw material, Hiranyagarbha is like the grand architect who shapes it. It is the intelligence that gives order to the universe. But here's the problem. Hiranyagarbha is still part of the manifested universe. It is still within the realm of Maya or illusion. If we stop at this level and think that this is the highest truth, we are still in ignorance. Let's use an example. Imagine you're watching a movie. The characters, the story, the emotions, all of it seems real while you're watching. Now, you might admire the filmmaker who created this movie, because without them, the movie wouldn't exist. But even if you worship the filmmaker, you're still inside the illusion of the movie. You have not yet realized that you yourself are beyond the screen, beyond the film, beyond everything that is being projected. Similarly, worshiping Hiranyagarbha means that you are still caught in the grand illusion of creation. You might understand deeper cosmic principles, but you have not yet reached the ultimate truth, Brahman, the unchanging, eternal reality that is beyond all manifestation. This is why the Upanishad says that the darkness here is even greater. Because if you worship nature, at least you are dealing with something obviously changing. But if you worship Hiranyagarbha, you are trapped in a far more subtle illusion. You think you have reached the truth, when in reality, you are still within Maya. So what is the solution? The Upanishad is urging us to go beyond both Prakriti and Hiranyagarbha. It is telling us that while these are important steps on the path, we must not stop here. The ultimate goal is to go beyond all form and manifestation and realize the supreme unmanifested Brahman, which is the absolute reality, that which never changes, never fades, and is beyond all dualities of light and darkness. This does not mean we should disrespect nature or disregard cosmic intelligence. Instead, we should see them as stepping stones. We should appreciate the beauty of nature, but not be attached to it. We should recognize the order in the universe, but understand that it is still part of the grand illusion. Our goal is to transcend all illusions and realize the pure, eternal consciousness that is our true self. This verse is a powerful reminder that we should not settle for half-truths. The journey of spiritual awakening is about going deeper and deeper, questioning everything, and not stopping until we reach the absolute reality. It teaches us that worshiping the temporary will always lead to darkness, but seeking the eternal will bring true enlightenment. So, the next time you admire nature, remember that it is just a reflection of something much greater. And the next time you contemplate cosmic intelligence, remember that even this is just a step toward the ultimate truth, the formless, eternal Brahman, which is beyond all name and form. That is the profound wisdom of the Isha Upanishad.